Hey, happy almost New Year, everybody. What's happening? This is your main man, frank+kern. It is exactly 10 o'clock on the nose. What's today? Monday. Doesn't it seem like not a Monday to you? Monday, December 31st, and it is time to party. Okay, before we get started, let me do a double check on the tech. Looks like everything's working. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. This is great, googly moogly. I cannot believe that we already got all this stuff going on. This is great. All right. So I'm going to do a little tech test. What I'm going to do for you today, get rid of the phone, first of all. What I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to show you behind the scenes of a big social media marketing strategy that I've been using with great success in my business. I'm going to show you how you can model it, and hopefully you will model it, and hopefully it'll work for you as well. And then when I'm done, I'm going to make a blatant sales pitch for you to join a deeper dive live class that starts in a week. So that's what we're going to do today. And in doing this, I've never done this on a Facebook Live before. So I'm going to try to teach an actual training here on Facebook Live. So I'm going to be showing you slides and stuff and sharing my screen. So the first thing I need your help out with is, hang on, I'm going to share ye old screen. Okay, so is that crazy or what? So y'all should be able to see my screen now, I think. Right? And I can make this part bigger, but tell me if you can see my screen, please. All right, let's see. What's the order in which these comments appear? This is crazy. I'm looking at this other, looking on my other monitor to see your comments here. Okay, where are we? Let me know if you can see the screen, por favor. Okay, I'm going to give it a second because now you guys have gone quiet on me. You see it? You see the screen? Come on. Homies. Oh, cool. There we go. I think you can see it. I do not know. Oh, yes. Okay. I was looking at the bottom of the comments instead of the top. This thing, naturally, the gardener's right there with the leaf blower. Classic. Okay. So that's successful test number one. Successful test number two, and this is where it gets weird, is when I start this screen share, it takes up all of my monitors, so I won't be able to see your comments. So, yeah, crap. All right, so I can't see you. So just if you can type in slides, if you can see my slides and if you can hear me, okay. I guess you can probably see me and the slides right now, but I can't see you. So when I start Keynote, it removes the Be Live display from this Facebook Live control panel, and I can't see anything, which is kind of a hassle. So if you were able to see the slides and all that stuff, let me know, and then we'll get started. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Scott. Great. Awesome. Is this cool or what? Man, I'm telling you, this is costing $0 to facilitate, and it's working real good. How about that? All of these simple little tools. Okay, so let's go ahead and get cracking. I'm going to start the slideshow. I think you can still see me on camera. I won't be able to see y'all. The gardener is right there with the leaf blower, which is awesome. I planned that whole thing. Let's get started. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm showing you a strategy called intent-based branding. And that word branding, to me, has been a very dirty word, a dirty word, since I started in marketing, which was 1999. So I've always been a hardcore direct response guy. And there's, theoretically, there's been two camps of marketing. There's branding and then there's direct response. And we're usually you guys are stupid. No, you guys are stupid. All the way up until this summer, I thought branding was stupid. And in many ways, I still think it's stupid if branding equals throw a bunch of money and traffic seeing a logo or a slogan or something. So for the sake of our conversation today, this is how I'm going to define branding and a brand. It is defined as the way people feel or think about you before they ever see your pitch. Okay, so that's what branding means for the sake of this conversation. All right, I'm not in any way saying, hey, let's go do Madison Avenue style advertising or anything like that. So the big strategy that's working really, really well, got great stats to show you, by the way, ridiculous. It's a strategy called intent-based branding. That's the name that I made up. And basically what that means is we deploy branding combined with direct response with the intention being to sell stuff every single time. So we're creating marketing that's building a brand based on goodwill and it's selling directly at the same time. And there are three pillars to it. All right. So it uses social media primarily, and there's 3 pillars to it. Pillar number 1 is something called organic posts. And what that means is just free posts that, you're not paying any money for it or whatever. You're just like a regular old social media post. Obviously you say different stuff than your typical social media post, but it's organic means free. In this case, you ain't paying anything. You're just making posts on your Facebooks and the Instagrams and all of that kind of stuff. All right. Pillar number 2 is this concept that every post that you create is actually an asset to your business that can continue to do stuff for you days, weeks, months after you create it. And that is a big mental shift. In the social media world, most folks focus on what they do today. Oh, I posted a thing today and it only got this many views, or I went live today and 2 people saw it or whatever. And they fail to realize that thing, if done properly, can live there forever. And people can see it later, and it can still like sell stuff for you. And I'll show you how in a minute. I've got stats, dang old evidence and everything. What do you know? And pillar number 3 is paid advertising. All right. This is where we actually spend money on ads. We don't do pillar number 3 until we do pillars number 1 and 2. That's a good way to save money right there. All right. So let me walk you through it. First of all, even though like if you're watching this on Facebook right now live, it's like one would think that social media equals Facebook. It is not just Facebook. The strategy that I'm going to share with you today, I'm using across multiple networks. I use the Facebooks, clearly, like we're doing right now. I also take Facebook stuff and put it on YouTube. So after I'm done with this, I'll likely download it from Facebook and then upload it to YouTube. I also use Instagram, and I also use podcasts. And I'll give you a little diagram. I'll walk you through the process of how I tie all of these together here on this training today. Now, what's different about this approach, all right, is every single post is driving someone into an offer. Those little gears and stuff down there on the screen, they represent a sales process, right? So when I say making an offer, what I really mean is you're giving someone the ability to enter your sales process. So that could be like a lot of success I've had this month, which is saying, hey, go buy my book. That's driving people to an offer. In this case, the sales process is they see a sales letter for the book. I've also had great success this month going, hey, if you want to take a deeper dive of this stuff, go to kerncall.com and I'll get on a Zoom call and I'll show you how to do it. That's a sales process. That's called a live webinar process, right? Doesn't matter what your process is. The big thing here is to understand that every post, this is how this is different. We're not like posting what you had for breakfast or whatever. Every post makes an offer that drives people into your sales process. So that's the thing. So thing 1, multiple channels, not just Facebook. Thing 2, always make offers. All right. So what kind of posts, you might wonder? Well, pretty simple ones. Okay. For the overwhelming majority of posts that I've been making, especially with the numbers I'm about to show you, they've been video posts. And usually what I do is mainly, well, for a couple reasons, but a big one is I don't feel like going into the studio and making fancy videos, is I just go live. So I'll do a Facebook Live like that. And that's like a classic like video post. Occasionally, I think I mean like twice this month, I've also done a regular post, where you have a picture and you write stuff. Now, what do these posts have in common? Every single post. What do all these posts have in common? 3 things. Okay, here they are. Number 1, they all provide value. So this Facebook Live over here, this image you see on the left, I'm like providing value. I'm like, hey, here's how we're doing stuff. Here's what to say in your content. Here's how to get known, walking people behind the scenes. In providing that value, it builds goodwill between me and my audience. Now, I believe 100%, I'll take this to the grave, that the amount of money we make is in many ways directly proportional to the amount of goodwill that we have with the audience. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, it'd be kind of hard to sell people stuff if they hate you, right? So it's kind of like obvious. But if we take that as obvious, then it means everything we do should be providing value, which creates goodwill. Also, the third thing all of these posts have in common is they all make an offer. Okay. Both of these that you see on the screen here, they're all driving people to a sales process at kerncall.com. Please don't go there and register right now, by the way. That's like putting people on a live Zoom call that I've been doing that sells my branding class. Now, this class right now is the same stuff I was doing live on Zoom. I was just like, wonder what would happen if I do it on Facebook Live. Let's see. Never tried it. Who knows? My job to test stuff so I can share the results with y'all. Okay. So every post for intent-based branding purposes, has those three characteristics in common. They provide value, that creates goodwill, and you also make an offer. By the way, the goodwill makes the offers work better. It's a whole lot easier to sell people something if they already like you and what you have to offer before they see the pitch. You know what I mean? So that's how this whole thing works. So what's the best kind of post to make? Hands down, Facebook Live. Hands down. There's one reason, I'll show you all the reasons, but one reason like that immediately comes to mind is it doesn't require fanciness. It makes it where it's damn near physically impossible for you to get up in here. This is the danger zone right here in your head. Okay. So if we know that primarily video is the most engaging content on social, we got two choices. You can make videos where like you get your phone out and you have like kind of bullet points or video script and you get your lighting just right and all of that. And then you do it and then you edit it and all that. That's option number one. Option number two is just go live on Facebook and start talking. You can produce way more content if you just go live on Facebook and start talking. That's reason number one. All right. I'll share with you like number reasons, in a minute, like hardcore data, but that's the first reason. It's just easier. All right. It's just simpler. Like I'm on Facebook Live right now. All right. Pretty simple. I think there's a lot of people watching. I'll know in a minute. I can't see y'all when the keynote thingy is playing. Actually, let me know if you can still see all this. Okay. I'm going to exit out of keynote, just out of paranoia here. And I'm going to look over here and just type in the comments if you can still see everything that I'm doing, if you don't mind. I just say yes or whatever. I think there's a 20-second delay. So give me just a second to make sure everybody can see everything I'm doing. Yay or nay, folks, let me know. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. But can you all see me when I was full screen there? You cool? I think you're cool. Come on. There's the damn delay. I'm using this service on Facebook Live. It's streaming this thing through something. Yes, got it. Cool. Thank you, Vince. Okay, I'm going to resume. All right. So that's the first reason Facebook Lives are good because you ain't got to really prepare. You just turn on the camera and you go live and then you're done. Now, here's the inevitable question people have. I'm about to show you where we've done a metric butt ton of sales this month in December, all right, real time. And yes, we really are live, by the way. What time is it right now? 10:12 a.m., January 31st, December 31st, Pacific time. All right, this is really live. I'm going to show you how I personally sold a lot of things just by making organic free posts on Facebook. And the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of folks is, yeah, but what if I don't have a lot of followers, right? Like, okay, but I've got like 12 people that follow my page. I haven't really been active on social. And that's cool. I understand it. Here's the thing. Followers don't mean anything anymore. They don't matter. Followers used to matter back when Facebook had something called organic reach. What that meant was the more followers you had, every time you would make a post, Facebook would show it to a lot of those folks. I did a Google search, this morning when I was making these slides for you. And as you can see here from the Googles, organic reach is dead, right? So if you've got a whole bunch of followers and stuff, it doesn't really matter anymore. Facebook still isn't going to show all those people your stuff, right? So what does work? What does matter? The magic word here is engagement. Okay. So let's pretend you don't have like any reach, right? So I'll give you a case study. All right. This is a 300% increase in engagement, views, and everything over a 7-day period. And this is my little bride, Natalia. So Natalia, she's been on Facebook for a long time and she has like 70-something thousand followers and she hasn't been active on Facebook. And the reason she's got all those followers is from years and years ago when she was a professional fitness model and a professional fitness model competitor. She won Miss Bikini Universe, got on like 30-something covers. Yes, I'm bragging. Got on 30-something covers. And then like after she won all that stuff, she's like, okay, I won. Like well, what else am I going to do? So she has all these followers, but she's had them all forever. And she never really engaged on Facebook. She never really did anything, right? So I was talking to her this month, and this month I made a commitment to myself to go live all the time, especially in the last 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm going live every day. The only day I've skipped has been Christmas, by the way. Going live every single day. I said, hey, let's try it, And so she had all these followers, but again, organic reach is dead. She ignored them. She never did anything. She goes live December 22nd. As you can see, not a lot of people saw it, right? If you look down there, it says 283 views. which is pretty cool, not too bad. But like she's on and there's like one person watching, because I'm beside her when she's doing it. And it's like, oh man. And that can be demoralizing, right? So then she does it again. Okay. And so this is December 23rd. And look what happened. She went from 283 views to 307 views. Not that big of a deal, right? Look at her reach though. This is how many people it was like shown to. Started at 855 people shown to. Now it goes up to 1,000. Then she goes live again. This is December 26th. She went live like every day, right? So I'm just kind of jumping forwards. I'm not showing you all 7 days. And now look, now she's up to 428 views. She keeps doing it, all right? As of the 29th, last one she did on the 29th, she had 1,100 views. That's 3 times increase, more than a 3 times increase, actually, since she started on December 22nd. All right. So it doesn't really matter if you have a lot of followers or even if you have no followers. The name of the game is engagement. So reason number 2 that Facebook Lives are the best types of posts to make is because those are the posts that get the most engagement. This is according to like a gazillion different researches. Or researches plural? I don't know. It's according to a lot of research that I did on the interwebs and from personal experience. So if you were to go and just post a video on Facebook, you'll get like X amount of viewers and engagement. If you go live saying the exact same thing, you'll get like 3X the viewers and engagement. So here's what happens. When you do this, just like Natalia did, if you go live today, you might not have that many people watching. You might have one person watching, but that one person, that counts as engagement. And Facebook's algorithm goes, hey, this person that just went live today, they made that one person stay on our platform a little longer than usual. That's pretty good. Next time they go live, we're going to show it to even more people. And then you go live tomorrow and more people see it. And next thing you know, just like this, what you see in front of you, what happened to Natalia, 300% increase, 7 days. Pretty good, right? Now she's sold on this idea of going live all the time. So don't worry about not having a lot of followers. And even if you do have a lot of followers, every time you make a post, not many people see it, don't worry about that either. The name of the game isn't followers, it's engagement, right? And the more engagement you have, the more Facebook will start showing your stuff to people. The key is just to start doing it, okay? All right, so the other magic word here is consistency. If we look at Natalia, if she just did that one live, nothing would have happened. She does it again the next day, gets a little bit better, does it again the next day, gets a little bit better. 3 days later, it's a lot better. What is she doing? She's doing it every day. Therefore, excuse me, nothing like being live and losing your voice and having the gardener blowing the leaves out in front of you. So the magic word here is consistency, right? The thing that's making this work is I'm putting out content every day. I'm not spending all day on the phone putting out content. I typically go live once a day. It takes me about 15 minutes. That's the majority of the work. I'll show you how I make that happen here in a minute, but you got to do it regularly. So that's the other magic word. The other magic word is asset, okay? Remember I said there are 3 pillars for intent-based branding. There's organic posts, like just stuff you post every day. You're not spending any money on it, just like what I showed you that Natalia's doing. She's not spending any money on that. That's free, right? That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is asset. And that is the fact, and you need to really start looking at everything you're doing as creating an asset, because the fact is the stuff that you create today, it can still do stuff for your business like a month from now. All right. So everything that you put on social media, it lives on social media forever. And tell me if you've ever had this experience. You see something on social. Let's say you see a video by somebody or whatever. You're like, huh, that's interesting. You go to their page and then you click on videos and then you watch like 7 million videos of theirs, right? Or you go over to their YouTube channel and then you watch like all the YouTube videos or whatever. Of course, it's called binge consumption. When you go live and when you produce a lot of content, whether you're doing it live or whatever you want to do, it enables people to go and do this binge consumption thing, which builds their relationship with you faster, which is cool, right? You want that to happen. Okay. This is where you're supposed to remind me to switch to my browser now. All right. So here's what I want to show you. I want to prove this asset point. This is bonkers. Okay. This right here is crazy time. Okay. So let me see. I'm going to move, like narrating what I'm doing while I'm doing it. All right. Move that thing off the screen there. Going to do it in a golfer announcer voice. Kern is moving his keynote presentation to his other monitor, and now he is carefully pulling up his browser window to show it to everybody, and he's going to check and make sure everybody can still see stuff. Y'all still see everything? We cool? Y'all seeing my screen there? I think you are. Should be working. Probably working. Sounds good. I'm going to assume that it's working. The dang delay between me and the comments is driving me nuts. Okay, so December 1st through 23rd stats. All right, so check this out. On December 1st, actually, let me go back in time a little bit more. Between like when I started using social media until December 1st of this month, obviously, because it is December, I thought that like posting stuff on social media that was not an ad was stupid. And the reason I thought it was because, well, you can't control it. Followers don't mean anything. Nobody's going to see it. It's dumb. So up until December 1st of this month, again, I keep saying this month, December 1st of this year, all I did was Facebook ads. Like I rarely ever posted anything, just posted something on my Facebook page. It was all ads, right? And I spent a fortune on Facebook ads, testing all kinds of stuff. But finally, December 1st rolls around, and I'm like, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to see if like all these other dudes that are constantly posting organic stuff on Facebook have like, they're onto something. I know, right? So I'm going to start posting stuff on Facebook regularly. And so on December 1st, I start posting Facebook Lives and I start shooting little 60-second clips for Instagram, just using my phone, and just messing around and having a good time. And I had on that day, at the same time, I registered the domain name frank+kernbook.com. So every post that I made, I'm going to show you this little app here. Every post that I made, starting from December 1st until December 23rd, right, was all about here's some value, here's some goodwill, and by the way, you should go get my book at frank+kernbook.com. Y'all have probably seen those posts because I've been doing them every day from December 1st until December 23rd, right? So here, like, I'm just showing you examples. Like here's some from the 19th. Get yours at frank+kernbook.com, frank+kernbook.com. So these are like lives, videos, pictures, random stuff, frank+kernbook.com. As you can see, every little piece of content that I'm putting for the overwhelming majority here is I'm promoting frank+kernbook.com. That's what I'm doing. Not paying for it. See the zeros over here? These is paid reach. That's 0, just for the record. So December 1st through December 21st, telling people, hey man, go to frank+kernbook.com. Now, the only way, all right, somebody can go to frank+kernbook.com or hear about it is through those organic posts, those free posts. Oh, today's the 31st. Hang on, shoot. Update my numbers here. All right. Got it on the wrong day. Okay. Bing. There we go. So to date, frank+kernbook.com has done $60,000 in sales today. Now, here's what's interesting. I stopped promoting it with all those posts on December 23rd. Okay. So from the 1st through the 23rd, when I was promoting it every day, I'm making a post every single day. Hey, go to frank+kernbook.com, go to frank+kernbook.com, like for the billionth time. It did $50,000 in sales. Starting on December 24th, leading up until today, actually leading up until day before yesterday, I switched and started creating posts that promoted kerncall.com. That was to put people on a Zoom call where I could teach them what I'm teaching you now, with the object being to sell them my branding class. And I'm going to make a pitch for that branding class here in about 25 minutes. All right. So look at this. Okay. Remember, the reason I'm showing you all this is to prove the point that the stuff you make today can live on and continue to do stuff for you. In this case, sell stuff. If we look from December 24th through December 21st or 31st, that's today, frank+kernbook.com has done $9,342 in sales. I haven't made any videos to promote it. People are seeing the old videos and they're still going and they're still buying stuff. That's like the big thing. So imagine what it's going to be like if I make posts every day that promote frank+kernbook.com and I do it for another 23 consecutive days. That number will probably double. The daily sales number will just keep on going. Even if I stop doing it, I've got all these assets out there that are going to continue to bring in revenue for the business. Pretty sweet, right? So have a look at this. Yesterday, to really prove this point, yesterday, I didn't promote anything. Okay. I did one Facebook Live yesterday, and all I did was say, like, here's a walkthrough of my gear, which was kind of funny because my gear is my laptop and my cell phone. So I was just kind of messing around last night. Ended up taking my son to go see the new Spider-Man movie. Just was like, I don't really feel like promoting anything. And I wanted to see what would happen if I just like didn't make any offer of any kind yesterday, to see like what the past momentum would do. All right. So check this out. In the past 24 hours, 110 people, let's see, I'm going to hit refresh, have gone to kerncall.com. That's the thing I've been promoting since the 24th, by the way, is kerncall.com. Now 124 people have gone to kerncall.com and registered for a Zoom call, which they thought was going to be today at 10. But instead, I decided to do it on Facebook Live for everybody. So hopefully those people got the message that we're on Facebook Live. 124 people went to kerncall.com. I didn't promote it yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday to promote kerncall.com. They're seeing old videos talking about that, right? And now they went and they registered to see what we're doing right here. That's pretty sweet. Have a look at this, though. All right. This is pretty good. What was yesterday? The 30th? Okay. And we'll just do through today. Didn't promote anything yesterday. All right. Didn't promote the book yesterday or today. Like nothing. $1,100. Okay. Why am I telling you, hey, you're going to make $1,000 a day? You're getting all these webinar registrants? Nope. No idea what you're going to do. Don't know yet. Right? I'm talking to my laptop right now. I mean, I know you guys are there. I can see you on the other thing, but I'm not doing this as an income claim. The reason I'm making this point is to show to you, hey, man, it's not just about making a post today. The posts that you do today, if done correctly and consistently, they live on. They'll keep giving you loving. That's the point I'm trying to make, right? I'm not saying you should go days without promoting anything. It was all I could do yesterday not to promote. I was just like, shit, I want to see what happens if I don't promote anything. If I just kind of mess around and don't give any call to action at all, what the past stuff will do for me. That's what it did. 124 people registered for a Zoom call, and we did $1,100 in sales. Not too shabby. Okay. Now let's see. What else does my thing? All right. Show what happened yesterday. Did that. Okay. Now it's back to the slides, Bob. Okay. Where's my mouse? There we go. All right. Hang on. Bringing you back to the slideshow. Y'all tracking so far? Are you with me if you're watching this live? Okay. Let's see. Y'all cool? Great googly moogly. There's 356 people watching this. That is crazy time. Crazy time indeed. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, all y'all other folks that are commenting. Hey, you want to see something cool? Check this out. All right. This is just random. You can highlight people's comments over here with this app I'm using called BeLive.tv. Pretty sweet. It's how you do Facebook Lives if you want to kind of make them a little fancier. So look at there. There's Jennifer King. Thank you for your kind words. All right. I'll take that off of there. Oh, get that off of there. There we go. All right. So off we go. Okay. So you can still see my screen. Good. I'm going back into full screen PowerPoint mode. All right. So why is this working? Okay. What the hell, dude? It blew my mind, by the way. Like when I started doing it on December 1st, I'm like, let's just see what happens. You know, Cardone's only been doing it forever. Gary Vaynerchuk's only been doing it forever. Brendan Burchard's only been doing it forever. Those dudes only make a freaking fortune from it. Why is it working so? I'm like, maybe I should try it too. So I go in there and I try it. But why does it work? Okay, here it is. This is because of the age-old formula for selling stuff online. Here's the age-old formula. Build a list, create a relationship with that list, and then sell them stuff. That's kind of the formula, right? Like, that's it. Here's where the money is, okay? The money is in the relationship that you have with the list. If you provide value to that list and they like you and you demonstrate you can help them by, God forbid, actually helping them, they're probably going to be more likely to buy stuff from you when you get to the sell them stuff part of the equation. It kind of makes sense. Oh, look, I can move my mouse on here, right? So pretty simple. Build a list, create the relationship, sell them stuff. So we can ascertain that the money is in the relationship, right? It's like, yeah, I mean, obviously you have to make offers and all of that kind of stuff. You have to have a good product, duh. But the real money there is in that relationship you have with the list, right? So the old way of doing this stuff, here are the old mechanics. This is what everybody's done forever, right? You get yourself some traffic, okay? You're buying ads or joint venture traffic or whatever it may be. You send them to one of them opt-in pages, all righty? And then you email them 7 billion times to like videos, like a product launch sequence or whatever. And then you make them some offers. And that's been the old mechanics. And that's worked great, right? Tons of people, including me, made a lot of money from that. Yay, old way. Works really, really good, okay? Here's the new way. Part 1, anyway. Instead of making people opt in and all of that kind of stuff, we just show them posts. If they engage with those posts, meaning if they watch the video, if they comment on it, if they like it, if they share it, that is all those things fall into the world of engagement, right? If they're consuming that content, you're building the relationship right off the bat. There's no need to make them opt in anymore. Okay. Because once you build that relationship, you can retarget them with more content and more offers and make more sales. In fact, you can make sales in the organic posts as they are. Like potentially you don't even have to retarget them, but I recommend you do. So the new way is just post content up there that builds a relationship right off the bat. We don't put any barrier of an opt-in page or anything like that anymore. We don't need to. If the money is in the relationship, doesn't it logically make sense to build the relationship with as many people as possible? Of course, especially when we can get in front of so many of them so quickly through social media, right? So here's the deal. The relationship equals the brand plus money. All right. So you build that relationship, that builds your brand, that builds the money. That's the equation right here. So intent-based branding is what does that. That's what I've been doing. And now remember, there are 3 pillars to it. There's organic posts. That's the free stuff. Like I just walked you through, like all of those numbers I showed you. That's just free posts. Yeah, I'm just like making social media posts that deliver value, build goodwill, and make an offer every single time. So now let's compare that new way, right, that I just showed you to the old way, which is email marketing. This is either updated stats as of this morning, by the way. So check this out. These are screenshots from Kartra. That's what I use to do all my email marketing. I did so many emails this month, I had to like take all these separate screenshots. So as you can see here, I sent out a lot of emails. This is to my list, all right, my email database. So I sent out, I think it's 2-point-something million total emails. My list is 70-something thousand people. I think at best it's going to 76,000. I think some of these went to like 79,000, right? So let's round it up to 80,000 people as a roundup. Now that email list, okay, my email list is mainly buyers. They're mainly book buyers, and they are the people who are left over that I haven't cut out. And when I say cut out, I don't mean like, screw you, you're not on my list anymore. Like if people don't open, if they don't click, I'll take them off the list because what's the point of emailing them? It messes up your deliverability if you do that because email is getting harder and harder and harder. So this 80,000 people, these are the best ones that are left over after damn near 20 years of building a list. All right. So send all this email in the month of December. Here's the ugly truth about it. Okay. 32 total emails sent. All right. My total list size is just under 80,000. That's approximately 2.5 million emails in total. Right. And that's a lot of freaking emails. Okay. The total amount of clicks, like all those numbers you just saw on the screen where I had like the red click total, that was a total from every email that was on that little screenshot. The total amount of clicks so far from December completely, 13,886 for the month. I just pulled these stats this morning, okay? That means I'm getting an average of 433 clicks per email. You know what's crazy about that is most of those emails are like driving people to free content. Now let's look at the numbers, the money. In my book funnel, this top one that you see right here, this is a different, notice I've got convert book funnel order. This means it came from my email list. And then this is convert book funnel. This is organic. This means it came from organic social media posts. 19 grand from sending a gazillion emails to my list versus $59,000. Actually, I think that number's higher now because I just hit refresh on it, but whatever. $59,000 from my social media posts. Which one's more? Social. Social media posts. Social media posts are more, right? Now, what this really tells us, by the way, is the email's dying, which is a total bummer, really. You know what I mean? Like, I wish email wasn't dying. Man, I've had some good luck with email over the years. Woo, buddy. It's been great to your old boy, Frankie, but it's dying. And it's dying because the average person gets over 140 emails per day now. It's dying because most of the email is checked on our phone and we're not fully engaged when we check it on our phone. I don't know about y'all. Probably I'm the only person that does this, but you'll get an email that's like important and you need to read it and you'll look at it like, oh man, I need to read that. And you'll say, okay, I'm going to read that later. And then you go and you put your phone back in your pocket. And the next time you check your email, you've gotten a billion other emails and you never see that one again and forget totally all about it. That happens to everybody. Now we also got a promotions tab in Gmail. And then we have that thing in Gmail now where they're like, hey, you've been on this dude's list a while. You haven't opened it or clicked it. Why don't you just go ahead and unsubscribe? Y'all seen that happen? I see it, and I kind of like it as a user. I'm like, this is pretty good. I do want to unsubscribe. Thank you. I do like my stuff actually being in a promotions folder, but I don't want my damn marketing messages to go in someone else's promotions folder. I think I should be the only person in the world that has a promotions folder, and no one else should. Like that would be great if that fantasy was true. So for all those reasons, Email's going away. It just is as a primary communication channel. It doesn't mean it's not going to work ever. It means if your business is built primarily just on building an email list, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble. But the good news is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that email is going away because audiences, this is super important, by the way, super important. Audiences are the new email. Okay. Like write that down. Audiences are the new email. So audiences are different than followers or fans. Please, again, followers and fans, they don't mean much. I mean, it's nice. It looks cool. You know, like, hey, look how many followers I have on Facebook. That's pretty freaking cool. But it doesn't really matter how many you have because organic reach, just because you have 1 million followers and you make a post, it doesn't mean they're all going to see it. So audiences do not equal followers and fans. It's a different thing. Audiences, excuse me, are people who have watched, consumed, or engaged with your stuff. That's what an audience is. All right. Big difference. Is someone who has watched, consumed, or engaged with your stuff. That means they've watched a video, they've been on a Facebook Live, they've commented, they've liked or disliked or whatever, they've shared. Those 5 things, you do any of those 5 things, you're in an audience. All right. It could also be the same thing on YouTube. It could be the same thing in a podcast. That's somebody who's downloading your podcast, right? Doesn't matter. That's what an audience means. It does not mean fans or followers. Please get that. All right. That number is irrelevant today. Anyone that's going out trying to, hey, I'm going to show you how to get 1 billion fans, keep your money. Doesn't matter if you have 1 billion fans. It's audiences that matter, okay? Cool thing about having an audience is when you get to the third part of intent-based branding, you can retarget that audience, and those are the ones that are most likely to buy from you, and that builds your relationship even faster. It's pretty cool. All right, so, ¿dónde está these audiences? That's my fluency in Spanish right there. That's all I know. That ¿Dónde está las olas? Una más cerveza, por favor. Okay? But it's pretty good. I mean, what more do you need to know? Where are the waves? Another beer, please. Sounds good to me. Okay, so where are these mystical audiences of which you speak there, Frankie? Well, first of all, they're on the Facebooks, right? Like if you're watching this at 10:36 a.m. on New Year's Eve, Pacific time, you're watching this on Facebook, right? So clearly they're there. Those are the people that watch your videos. It can be fans or followers, but it's mainly the people that are watching your stuff. It can be Instagram, all right? It can be the YouTubes. And it could be your podcasts, okay? So, Frank, walk them through the big picture process and then show the total audience size from December. Awesome. Okay, so how do we reach all these platforms, all right, without living on our phone? So I'm right here telling you, hey, we need to put content on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and podcasts. That makes it sound like it's going to be what is commonly known as a monumental penis rectus, right? Like, ain't nobody got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to live your life on the dang phone taking selfies like a Kardashian. I always make the Kardashian joke, but then again, they make a whole lot more money than me. Might get me some butt implants. I bet that'd look good. Okay, so here's what I do. All right. This is my process. Model it if you want to. Disagree with it if you want to. All good to me. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. All right. So here's what's working really, really well for your old boy Frankie. I make one of them Facebook Live, right? I go live on the Facebook. The question becomes, how many times should you do it? And the answer is as many times as you can, all right? I try to do it at least every day. Only reason I try to do it at least every day is because of the money I just showed you earlier, all right? That's the reason I'm trying to do it every day. All right, so I go live on Facebook, okay? And that's all well and good, and it's pretty cool and hot diggity, and I like it. And by the way, when I go live, like today, there's a gazillion people watching. There's not a gazillion. There's 352 people on here, according to this Be Live interface I have on the other screen there, which is cool. Usually, when I do it, actually, when I started doing it, there would be like 20 at the beginning of the month. Then yesterday, when I went live, like doing my gear walkthrough, where the big reveal was, hey, it's a cell phone. I think there were like 100 or something. Right now, there are 355. People watching. That's because I sent a broadcast out to my messenger bot list. So some of y'all got something from my Facebook Messenger and you're like, well, what's going on here? Typically, when you go live, there aren't a whole lot of people watching. It doesn't matter. All right. I'm real grateful that y'all are watching, by the way. That's not the point I'm trying to make. It's not that like I'm saying go live and you're going to have 1 billion people watching it. You might have 2, 3, 4, 10, whatever. Here's where it starts to come into play. All right. You go live. I like to go live about 15 minutes. We're longer today, obviously. You go live and then you take that video off of Facebook and you download it by clicking the download video button on your Facebook page there, and then you upload it to the YouTubes. Okay, that's the proper way to say the YouTubes. All right, so then you upload that mofo to the YouTubes. What? All right, and then, okay, occasionally, more the merrier, by the way. I do it about 3 times a week. You take the audio from some of the stuff you're putting out, and you put that in one of them podcasts. All right. So like I have a podcast. It's called Your Next Million. I'll show you the stats behind it in a minute. Man, I ain't sitting. I publish 3 episodes a week. I ain't sitting in no damn audio booth, like with the headphones on, going, okay, welcome to today's podcast with perfectly produced audio and excellently thought out content. Hell no. What I'm doing is I'm just taking the audio out of the Facebook Lives, turning it into a podcast, uploading it to the podcast machine there. That's it. Okay. So right now, about 15 minutes typically is how long my live is. So I'm on for 15 minutes. That live video lives on Facebook forever. Okay. Then I upload it to the YouTubes. That lives on YouTube forever. Now, my whole work time here is still 15 minutes to go live, right? Might take me 5 minutes to upload it to the YouTubes or whatever. Now it's 20 minutes. Then I take the audio, put it in a podcast. Still based on that first 15 minutes of work, not too hard. All right. And all of these things are pointing, all this content is making, where's my damn arrow? Come on, arrow. Do right now. All right. All these are making an offer. 2 offers I've been making this week, or this month rather, is frank+kernbook.com and kerncall.com. So if you go back, if you have insomnia, tonight is New Year's night, you can't go to sleep or whatever, you're like, I really want to find something that'll put me to sleep, go look at my Facebook page and you'll see every post is either sending people to the book or to kerncall.com. All right. And like what I'm doing today is the same stuff I do on kerncall.com. I'm literally doing this as an experiment just so I can share with y'all, hey, what happened when I did a whole presentation on Facebook Live. Okay. So all that stuff is always making an offer. Now, add into the mix, here's what I do. I also make me 60-second Instagram video. Now, you know what kind of Instagram videos I usually make? Phone. I just pick up my phone and I talk for 60 seconds, and I'm usually saying, hey, go to frank+kernbook.com to get my book, or go to kerncall.com or whatever. And I'm saying, all right, I put a little text in there as well. I'll type something like, hey, if you like this, go to frank+kernbook.com or whatever it is. And then on the Instagrams, I click that little button that says also share to Facebook. So on Facebook now, every day, you're getting at least 1 live video from me. And then you might get a couple of these little 60-second things that I'm literally making on the fly with my phone. All right. You want to see a couple of them? Let me show you. Well, here you go. Oh, this is the wrong page. All right. All right. Let's see here. Here's some examples of the stuff that I do on the phone. All right. Something. By the way, these fancy videos, they're not working nearly as well as the non-fancy videos, for the record. Here's one I did on my phone. Right. Look, see, that's a minute. Like, it's not even in focus. I'm showing the calculator. It's terrible. It's valuable, but there's no production quality. It literally didn't take me a lot of thought to do that. It took me 60 seconds to make it. So that's why I'm showing it to you. All right. So that's kind of the big thing. Sometimes I'll go on Instagram stories. All right. And I'll make an Instagram story. And if I've just posted something on YouTube, I'll go to Instagram stories and I'll be like, hey man, I made this video on YouTube, swipe up and see it. So I'll drive traffic there. So that's like the big thing. Okay. Like this is kind of the whole process that I'm doing every day, except Christmas. I'm doing this. And yesterday I didn't make an offer. So I did not make an offer yesterday, nor did I upload anything to YouTube. I was like, I'm going to see what happens if I just don't do anything. And you saw, right? Still brought in $1,000, still had 100-something people register for a webinar, no promotion at all. Now, have a look at this. All right. This is bonkers. What you see right here, this little app, this is something called Agora Pulse. Really, really cool, by the way. You can get all this data from a Facebook page, but it looks cooler in Agora Pulse. What this is showing you is the organic reach, all right, how many people that my stuff is going out to for the month of December, and how many people have engaged with it. Now, thing number one that I want to do for you is I want to prove the point that how many followers you have don't matter. Now, according to the Facebook, I've got 227,000 followers, or 231,000, whatever. Let's just say 230,000. We'll meet in the middle. I don't know which number is accurate. Neither one of them matter, by the way. So you would think that the maximum number of people that my posts would be seen by, potentially, are 200-something thousand, right? They've shown it to the 913,000 people. It's just getting pushed out all the time. Why? Because of the engagement. Right? So the amount of followers and fans you have is irrelevant. It doesn't mean that you're capped at that at all. It's a vanity metric. It is a totally irrelevant metric, in my opinion. But the most important thing here is engagement. 61,000 people have either watched the video, liked it, commented on it, clicked something in there, or shared it. That's engagement, all right? And look, 20,000 of those people clicked. I'll take it. Okay, so I'm going to do some little math here. 61,000. I'm doing it on the old calculator. All right, now, what do I do after I make me one of them lives? I put it up on the YouTubes. Okay, so here's like my YouTube videos. You can see where I started posting stuff about 3 weeks ago. All right, that's my first one right there. 3 weeks ago, had 581 views. Now, let me show you something. I'm in my YouTube channel analytics. All right, this is December 23rd through 29th. Let's see if I can up that here. For whatever reason, it's only showing through the 29th, not giving me yesterday. Kind of irrelevant, really, but whatever. Hitting refresh here. Every time you hit refresh, better things happen. Whoa, look at there. Okay, so now it says we've had a total of 82,611 views, but 49,000 of those have come from ads. I'm going to round that up to 50,000. All right, just for easy math. So that means I've had, excuse me, 32,611 people have seen my YouTube videos, not from advertising, right? Just organic, free traffic. All right, so I'm going to add that. So what was that? 30,611. So now I'm at a total of 91,611 people that have engaged with my stuff. Not followers, not fans, not subscribers, like actually consuming the material. What happens when people engage and consume the material? The relationship is built. That's why this is so important. Relationship equals brand equals money. All right. That's the name of the game. When they engage, you're building that relationship. That builds your brand. The brand leads to sales. Okay. Hopefully I'm doing a good job of making that point. I know I'm kind of being obnoxious about it. All right. But wait, there's more. Okay. I'm also posting stuff on the Instagrams. All right. So here's what my Instagram page looks like. Again, like these fancy videos are doing okay, but I'm getting way more play from the non-fancy ones to the point that I'm going to quit making the fancy ones because they're kind of cool, but they don't really do that much for me. So have a look at this. So here's my Instagram page. All right. I got 29,000 followers or something, which is pretty cool. That's grown a lot, by the way, for the month. But have a look at this. This Agora Pulse thing also does Instagram reporting. So we'll come over here to reports, to content, good, and 23,000 likes. That's pretty good. But what we're looking for here is total engagement. That's people who have like looked at the post, watched a video, commented, liked, shared, whatever. 25,000 people. So plus 25,000. Now we're at 116,611 people. So my combined audience across these platforms, just from this month's content, 116,611 people. Now this is bigger than my entire email list, which is the best of my subscribers after almost 20 years. All right. But as we say in the infomercials, but wait, there's more. Remember, part of the process here, okay, now this is optional, but I recommend you do it because it's easy and it works, is sometimes I take that content, I turn it into a podcast about 3 times a week. Look at this. These are my podcast stats for the month of December. You see this right here? December 1st through December 31st, I've had 37,482 people download the podcast, all right? Plus 37,482. Guess what is in every single podcast? An ad for the book. Like when you make podcasts, you can there's this little thing, it's called Libsyn Pro, and you can record a commercial and it'll just stick it on every single podcast, even if you made it 10 years ago. It's the greatest thing ever. So at the beginning of the month, I got out the old phone and hit the voice memo and said, hey, if you want to sell stuff on the internet, go to frank+kernbook.com and get my book or something like that. Send it to my podcast dude. Kablam. Now I got ads in the podcast. The total audience here, I just added all those numbers up. Total audience, 154,093 people. 154,093 people. Not how many people I reached, not how many likes, actual engagements, right? Engagement. Remember, when they engage, that's when the relationship is happening. Okay? Here's the math behind it again. There's part of the math behind it. All right. So started on December 1st. Today's the 31st. And it did $60,239.20 in sales. But I've also been promoting my branding class. And the way I promote the branding class has been, hey, go to kerncall.com. I put them on a Zoom call, which is exactly what I'm sharing with you now. Is the same stuff I do in the Zoom call. Literally just decided to see what would happen if I did this for you today. We sold another $60,000 just from that. So that's $120,000 in revenue in December from the first and second pillars of intent-based branding, which is pretty freaking cool. Organic traffic, creating assets that continue to serve you on and on and on and on and on. All right, so show the audience size. Okay, now where am I on the slides here? Oh, cool. Okay, so let me get out of here. Where's my mouse? There you are. All right, time to bring up the keynote again. Y'all still good? Okay. Oh, Karen is asking me, what is the app I mentioned to view the analytics? It's something called Agora Pulse. I love it. I can just put people's comments on the screen. Can y'all see that? I'm just having fun with this thing now, just dorking out, That's great, though. I like it. Okay, so, all right, back to Kern. Okay, so here we go. Let me get back to the old, what do you call it here? How do you say in English? Slideshow presentation. All right, so I did that, showed you the audience size, 154,093 people that engaged with my stuff. That is officially, by the way, more than double the size of my email list. Okay, how about that? All right, so remember I told you the old mechanics, send traffic to an opt-in page and then send them a million emails to get them to watch your videos or whatever and then try to sell them stuff. Here are the new mechanics. You put out content that follows that framework I told you about. Provide value by giving them results in advance. That builds goodwill, and then you make an offer, all in the same piece of content, whether it's a video or a post or whatever. Every piece follows that same framework. Give them value, build the goodwill, make an offer every day, every time, forever. If they engage with it, then this is optional. We can retarget them through advertising and show them more content and show them honest to God ads. All right. That's the new mechanics of this. So the third pillar of intent-based branding is advertising, which I'm not going to walk you through today because I've got to get ready for a little something that's going to happen tomorrow. Not only is it New Year's Eve, but tomorrow's my anniversary. And one of us has not gone and bought anything from Mrs. Kern yet. Okay, so I'm going to have to get my ass down to the jewelry store and buy something. I hope she's not watching this right now because then I'll ruin the surprise. All right, so I won't walk you through the ads today. And really, the ads are optional. I recommend it highly. We've doubled our money on ads and grown the brand a lot this month. But right now, we won't go through the ads. Even if you're just doing the first two pillars, right? Which is to create this engaging content every day, use it as an asset, and just consistently do that to grow your engagement. Even if that's all you're doing, you're looking at what I think is the greatest opportunity ever, period. Right? Like right now, today, coming into 2019, we're looking at the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind. Not that I've been alive that long, all right? But think about this. We've never been able to get in front of anybody like we can now. The world has 7-point-something billion people on it. 2.3 billion of them are on Facebook alone. If someone's not on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or a podcast, one of those big four, all right, then they're probably in the rainforest or something, and they ain't buying anything, man. They're hunting monkeys or something, and good for them. I hope they're having a good time. But the rest of the world that buy stuff, they're on one of these platforms. You can reach anybody, and in many cases, you can reach them for free. And man, you add advertising into the mix, and you're it's game over. And we've got a better opportunity to build a relationship with people. Why? Because of what we're doing right now. It ain't costing me anything to do this with you right now. I'm here, I'm talking to however many people are seeing this. I can't see the screen. Last time I was looking, it was 300 something people. No dollars spent, right? It's crazy. And it's not like I even had to do anything to get, y'all were in the middle of your day and you're like, oh, so bitch, I'm going to go see what old Frankie's up to. Your audience will do the same thing for you. We can build that relationship with as many people as we can possibly reach right now, and we can make sales at the same time. Again, my belief, my personal experience is the more powerful that relationship is, right, the more sales you're going to make. You don't have to be that great at selling if you're great at value providing in advance. Okay. So how do you do it? What are the tools you need? Well, I don't want to oversimplify this. I'm not trying to make it be one of those dudes, but really, if y'all saw my gear walkthrough last night, you need a phone, you need a brain, and you need a sales process. A sales process means a thing that you have for sale. All right. So that could be you put people on a webinar, drive them to a book funnel, drive them to a sale, like whatever you want to do. You need to put them somewhere. You need to make some kind of offer. That's kind of the tools, right? Like obviously a laptop and a website and all of that kind of stuff. But that's it. You don't need the fancy studio. You don't need a fancy microphone. I'm doing this for you on my external monitor. This is my camera. I mean, you can tell I don't even have lights. I have whatever the normal lights in my house are. There's no fancy microphone. It's just coming through my computer screen. I am using a little tool called BeLive.tv that's allowing me to share my screen with you. In most cases, you wouldn't need to share your screen anyway. So that's kind of optional. That's it. There's no barrier anymore. Okay. There's like nothing. The playing field is level. Even especially now that organic reach doesn't mean anything. Like if organic reach still mattered, it would matter if you didn't have 1 million fans. They're like, oh, okay, crap. But it doesn't matter if you have 1 million fans anymore because Facebook's not going to show your stuff to them. The name of the game is engagement. The way you get engagement is through this content and through the stuff I've been showing you, right? So if you want me to help you do this, I want you to enroll in my advanced branding class. This is a live class that starts on January 7th, all right? It's a 6-week class, and I'm teaching it live every Monday. So here's how it works. Every Monday, I go live in a closed environment, not on Facebook like this, and I teach you stuff. I'll walk you through exactly how the class is broken down in a minute. I teach you stuff, and then I answer your questions. There's really 6 phases overall of doing this. So every week, I walk you through one phase. I answer questions. If for any reason you miss one of those live sessions, no problem. It's recorded. It's put in a members area for you. But I want to make sure you do this. I mean, like, if you're going to do anything this year at all, follow the directions I just gave you. Like, man, I'm telling you, if you just do that, I think you're gold, right? I mean, it's working really, really well for me. You saw Natalia's case study. She had a 300% increase in 7 days just doing this stuff. Incidentally, she's driving people to an application. Incidentally, she got applications. Incidentally, she got clients already. Okay. This is great, right? So, but to make sure that you're actually able to implement it, I'm taking the same team that runs my branding agency, which is $10,000 to $20,000 a month, by the way. The same team that runs that agency, those guys are going to help you in small groups. So throughout the week, you and 9 other students are broken down into small groups. It's just you and 9 other people, 10 people total. And then my team, whether it's Brad Bearden, my CMO, who runs all of our traffic, or whether it's Aaron Kreiner, the guy who helps with all the scripting and content production for our agency clients, they're going to get with you in a small group and help you implement. Right? So you can really get that hands-on experience. Like I said, starts January 7th. I go live for the first time at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Again, if you miss one, it's recorded. A lot of folks say, how long are you going to teach the classes for in each session? And the answer is until you're good, right? Until you don't have any more questions for that particular session. I'm not in any hurry. You know, I want to take care of you, right? So that's how we do it. If you want to enroll, go to frank+kern class.com. I need your help right now if you're watching this live. Would you, let's see if this works. Would someone please type that in the comments? Look at that. I put it on the screen too. That is crazy time. I can type in the comments somewhere, but I'm not going to mess with it. All right. So if somebody would type that in the comments, that would be great. frank+kern class.com. If you go there, you can enroll right now. And bing, 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 bing. When you do, you're saving $1,000. So the price of this training is 3 payments of $997. At midnight tonight, so you're watching this, if you're watching it live on Facebook, what time is it now? It's 10:57 a.m. right now on New Year's Eve, Pacific time. If you're watching this now, it's 3 payments of $997. At midnight tonight, I'm raising the price to 4 payments of $997. So if you want to save $1,000, go ahead, get enrolled right now and save you some money. Okay, here's how the structure of the class goes, by the way. Week number 1, I'm going to walk you through what to do after they click. So before we start sending you all this traffic and stuff, or you start sending yourself all this traffic, right? By the way, I think if you do what I'm telling you to do, I think you're going to get more traffic, more love, more goodwill, more engagement, more attention than you've ever had in your marketplace. I know it's worked for me, right? So I can't imagine why it would be any different from anybody else. So in our first week together, I want to make sure that like you're able to really properly monetize that stuff. So we're going to work on your sales process. And here's what that means. Like, should you send people to a book funnel? Should you send them to a webinar? Should you send them to an automated webinar? Should you send them to an application where then you get on the phone with them? Should you send them to a video sales letter? Should you send them to a long form sales letter? Like, or should you like have them make comments and then have them automatically subscribe to a messenger bot? What should your sales process be? The answer is it depends. It depends on what you're selling, what your price point is, and where your strengths are, right? For example, if you're an amazing direct response copywriter, you should probably send them to a sales letter. If you're not, and you're better in person, you're better on video, you might want to send them to a live Zoom call or a video sales letter. The only way that we can figure that out is to figure it out together. So that's what we do in week number 1. Going to walk you through every sales process that's been successful in this methodology with myself and my clients, show you how to maximize it, and then be like, okay, this is the one that you should use, right? Here's how to make them all better. So that's what we do in week number 1. Week number 2, we're going to figure out who you need to be targeting. Here's the deal. You can target and get the attention of anybody that you want. I mentioned earlier that I've got a branding agency. We started using this methodology in July of this year. It took me until December this year to use the first 2 pillars, which is to actually post stuff for free. So when I started doing it in July, I just created video content and ran it as ads. I skipped free and went straight to paying for it to the tune of about $250,000, by the way. It worked great. We got all these clients. And what I learned is you can get total strangers. Like if you want big businesses that are multi-million-dollar businesses that have never heard of you ever, and you want their attention and you want them to have them as prospects, you can do it because I did. I got total strangers to become branding agency clients at $10,000, $20,000 a month. I did it again at $40,000 average ticket size for my private client group. Total strangers coming in, becoming private clients using this methodology. Our clients have included hedge fund managers, financial planners, skincare clinic owners, like you name it, all different types of verticals and niches we've seen it working in. So the lesson here is, man, you can target whoever you want. So if you have this perfect ideal customer avatar in mind, we can build stuff together that attracts them. But in week number 2, we're going to figure out exactly who that person is, right? Week number 3, now we're going to start making the content. We're going to answer the questions of well, what do you say? How do you say it? How do you provide goodwill and value and make an offer at the same time? That's what we cover in week number 4. How to make offers. Sometimes you're just going to put offers out there. Straight pitches, right? How do you do that without breaking that bond? How do you blatantly try to sell something without turning people off? Well, there's an art to it and there's a process for it. Everything I'm going to share with you is process driven. When you start an ad agency and you actually do this as a professional service for other people, you got to get processes down pretty quick. And we did, and we have them. We're going to give those to you. Week number 5, I'm going to show you something called content compounding. The average amount of time per day that I spend creating content is about 25 minutes. All right. So I go live on Instagram, on Facebook, damn near every day. Typically it's about 15 minutes long. All right. So the total amount of time it takes me to do that is the amount of time I'm on camera. It's about 15 minutes. Then I put it on YouTube. Then stuff goes on Instagram. Then stuff goes into a podcast. That whole methodology is called content compounding. I'm going to show you the mechanics of it. And the reason you want to do it is so you can get your message and get that relationship built and get those offers out everywhere without living on your phone, without being one of those people. I'm particularly embarrassed by being on the phone all the time, taking video of myself as a 46-year-old guy. I feel kind of dumb. I'm I don't know, maybe that's just a personal hang up or whatever. But I'm if I'm doing it and I'm out in public, I'm is anybody watching? Okay, hey guys, this is Frank, blah, blah, blah. I'm please nobody see me right now because they're going to be look at that dork. I think they're probably saying that anyway, right? So how do you do it without being constantly on your phone like one of the Kardashians? The method is called content compounding. I walk you through the mechanics in week number 5. Then in week number 6, we deploy pillar number 3 of this whole system, which is running ads. Not all people will want to run ads. That's okay. I strongly recommend you do, though, because if you do it properly, you're turning a profit and growing your brand at the same time and building that audience. By the way, guess how big my total audience size is right now? It's over 1 million people that have seen and engaged with my videos just on Facebook, right? I just showed you the stuff from December. I just showed you the stuff from the organic stuff. That's not even the ads. If we include the ads, it's over 1 million people, man. Crazy. It's bonkers, right? So it's really, really important that you learn how to do that. And so every week, again, every Monday, I teach you one of these pillars of it. And then during that week, you're in a small group with either Brad, my CMO, or Aaron, who is the head creative guy from our agency, and they're helping you implement this stuff, right? So you're in a group with 10 folks, all your questions really answers. This very, very hands-on class. Again, go to frank+kern.com, go ahead and get enrolled right now. At midnight tonight, it's going up to 4 payments of $997. Right? This is the first time I've actually publicly made the offer. I've only been doing it on these Zoom calls, and it's been working today. I was like, hey, man, let's just do it live, see what happens. It was also because I didn't want to promote the Zoom call yesterday. I wanted to see how many people would register, and it was over 100 people, which was pretty freaking cool, right? Now, I'm going to answer some of your questions here in a minute. There's one question that I get all the time, besides the question of what do I do if nobody knows me, right? And the other question is, man, you're telling me to make a lot of content, and I am telling you to make a lot of content. Big rewards do require a little bit of work. And the mind is like, where are we? The big objection folks have here when I tell them to do that is they're like, man, I got to come up with new stuff every single day. Like, this is going to be awful. And it would be awful if that were true, if you actually did have to come up with new stuff every single day. So have a look at this. All right. Let me see. Come on. What do I do here? Oh, here we go. Okay. So I follow, let me show you this real quick. I follow 36 people on Instagram, right? And Facebook is the same way. I follow 36 people on Instagram. Now, most people follow a couple hundred people. I follow 36 because I don't really use social media for anything other than broadcasting, right? Like, I think that the phone is the television. All right. I think Instagram is the new, the phone is the television, the magazine, the radio, and the newspaper all in one. All right. And so what I want to do is I just want to be the Frank channel. I just want to be broadcasting on the Frank channel all the time. And Instagram to me is a combination of television and glossy magazine. Glossy magazine where people are looking at pictures, television where people are watching videos. I think Facebook is the new newspaper and the new television channel. Television because people are obviously watching Facebook videos like we're doing right now if you're watching this on Facebook, and newspaper because people read posts. They also read posts on Facebook. I think YouTube's a new TV. Right. And I think that podcasting, that's the new radio. So I'm just broadcasting all the time, but I don't use these things to follow anybody else really. So that's why I follow 36 people. Now, average person follows more than 36 people. Check this out. Okay. This is a little hack, by the way. It's kind of neat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this thing over. If I can remember how to do it, I'm going to make it look like it would look if we were on my phone. Okay. So I know it probably shrank in the picture. Yeah, sorry, it shrank in the picture. But this is what it looks like if you're looking at Instagram on a phone. So I did a post, hours ago, right? Not hours ago, later last night or something. Let's find out where it is. Notice I'm still scrolling down to try to find my own post, okay? Still scrolling. There we are, okay? So this thing was posted last night, 14 hours ago. You see that down there? It says 14 hours ago. How many times I got to scroll up just to see it? Scrolling. Why am I having to do that? Because everybody else's stuff is there. I only follow 36 people. Okay. What this means is the average user, so let's say, your market, you're posting stuff all the time on social. The average person's following way more than 36 people. That means you can post something about every hour, and between that hour and the next hour, it's going to just get buried down in their newsfeed, right? So you can post every single hour. You could probably say the exact same thing every single hour, every single day, and you wouldn't get too redundant because of the way this whole situation works here. So it's not like you post and everyone's just looking at your page going, wow, you said that 30 minutes ago. You don't have to come up with new content every day. Instead, what you need, and this is one of the big things I walk you through in the class, is super important. It's pretty cool, actually, that my man, look at GC, my man, I'm going to whoop your ass. All right, come on then. I learned this watching him. That's why it's cool that he's on here. Let me change my view here because this is bothering me. Let's see. Actually, I'll just come back. Let's come back to Frankie here. Okay. Watch this, y'all. Boom, it's back to me. Isn't that cool? Okay. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what I'm going to help you do in class. Help you learn how to use an internet browser. There we go. Get that off of there. We're going to develop together what's called your 3 core messaging pillars. Those pillars are going to be the stuff that you talk about all the time. If you look at my man Grant, it's so perfect that he was on my Instagram feed right there. Grant's a friend of mine. I love that dude, by the way. Good fellow. Shout out to my main man, GC. All right. If you watch Grant, love him or hate him, doesn't matter. All right. If you watch Grant, he's got 3 things that he basically says every day. Number 1, got to get your money right. All right. So if you listen to Grant, he says, he has this whole thing, you got to get your money right. And underneath that umbrella, that one pillar, he's saying things like middle-class money management doesn't work. IRAs and 401ks are dumb. The cash flow is king. You got to get your income up, right? That's all under that one pillar, which is you got to get your money right. Pillar number 2 is multifamily real estate is the greatest thing ever. Okay, so you look at that pillar and he's saying like, hey, you should buy apartments. Here's what's happening with me with apartments. Here's multifamily real estate versus the stock market, blah, 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 blah. Always hitting that one point, multifamily real estate is the greatest thing ever. Doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. That's not what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to point out that this dude talks about 3 things primarily. The third thing he talks about is got to learn how to sell stuff. Got to learn how to sell stuff, man. Selling, got to learn to sell, right? Sales is the greatest thing ever. You got to learn how to sell. So if you go back, and he's one of the most prolific content people ever. He's on every single day. This dude has a show every single day, not just making lives like I'm doing, like a freaking show, man. If you go back and you watch every show he's ever done, every message is going to be one of those 3 pillars, right? That's it. He's got 3 core messaging pillars, and everything he talks about is in one of those. Vaynerchuk's the same way. Right off the top of my head, Gary Vee is, we're living in the greatest time ever. Fully agree with that, by the way. Like, this is the time of opportunity. Strike while the iron's hot. That's message number 1. Message number 2, social media is the greatest thing ever, right? You got to be on social, be on social, be on social. Got it. Message number 3 is you got to hustle. Don't expect anything to be handed to you. If you're not willing to work, you're stupid. I mean, he says it a little slightly more eloquently than that, but those are kind of the 3 main things. So if you go through all of Gary's stuff and watch it, and that's like 900 million hours of content at this stage, right? He's pretty much making one of those 3 points. So you don't have to like come up with this brand new novel every single day. The magic word, remember there were 3 magic words. The other magic word was consistency. You just got to be consistent. Talk about one of your main messaging pillars as much as you can. If you can't do it every day, do it every other day. If you can do it twice a day, you'll make twice more money. That's my guess, right? So if you want me to help you do this, help you grow your brand, help you get known in a major way, like globally, quit playing small, quit messing around, really make 2019 just a monster. Like if in 2019, you want to go out and grab the world by the throat and wrestle it to the ground and exert your dominance over it, this is the model to do. And the great news is this model is very, very helpful to everybody that's exposed to you. Because remember our 3 main things that we do in every single piece of content. Thing number 1, we provide value every time. Every time you're providing value. When you provide value to your marketplace, you're doing 2 things. You're genuinely helping people, novel idea. And in doing that, that builds goodwill. What does that mean? People like you. And the third thing is you're making an offer. So you're making an offer to people you have helped who like you. You keep doing that, how much easier do you think it becomes for people to accept your offers? Obviously, a lot easier, right? Clearly. So let's see if we can go to, I'm going to bring this over to my screen. I think this thing actually worked. I think we didn't blow anything up, which is awesome. I'll be damned. Okay, cool. Look at this. Okay, so let me see if there are any comments that or any questions that I can answer. Okay, Michael Stead says, okay, look at that. Can you believe I just put that dude's comment right there on the screen? That is great. Okay, he says, what are your 3 pillars? All right, here they are. Number 1, always create assets, right? Always talking about that. If you go back forever for me, at least from 6 years or the past 6 years at the very least, I'm always talking about creating assets. Like if we have enough things in place that are going to continue to work for you, even after you create it, then you can get to a stage where your business has this almost unstoppable momentum. So that's always a pillar. Always be creating assets. Pillar number 2 is always leverage those assets and multiply capital. And what that means is advertise, right? So I think that, putting money in real estate is great. Putting money in stocks are great when they work. But like this month, for example, we spent 80 grand on ads and we got back as of yesterday. It was like, well, hell, I'll just do it by memory. It was like $140,000. That's almost 100% return on ROI. That's great. You can't get that in the stock market. That's over 30 days, right? So multiply capital by advertising. That's thing number 2. Thing number 3 is always provide goodwill, right? So results in advance. You probably, if you followed me for a long time, you've heard me talk about results in advance forever. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I posted a video. It was like our video team went back through my old videos and took a little chunk from this mysterious stranger video that was shot in, I think, 2010 or 2009. So we're like 8 or 9 years ago. I'm talking about the same thing, results in advance. Like, so for years, it's always been results in advance. Number one, always create assets. Number two, multiply capital. Number three, right? Those are my three main pillars that I'm always talking about. That was a good question, by the way. Love it. Okay, let's see here. Something. Marie says your class is $3K. Yes. And look, she's got a frowny face. Sorry. I consider that to be cheap. Branding agency clients pay 10 grand a month. So you can just have us do it for you if you want it for 10 grand a month. But yeah. Okay, look at that. My man Martin. This was hands down the best Facebook Live of 2018. I'm having a really good time messing around, like highlighting your comments. This is great. Look, if you want to take the class, which you should, go enroll right now at frank+kernclass.com. The price is going up by $1,000 at midnight. Instead of being 3 payments of $997, it will be 4 payments of $997. So if you want to save $1,000, jump in that class, save yourself $1,000, and we will get cracking. Right? Okay. Let's see here, and I think it's time to roll. Hey, cousin Tony, what's happening, man? All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. There's one question here. My main man, Sean Casey, says, how long should your Facebook Lives be? No idea. I typically ramble a little bit because I really like doing them. Like, go do one. Like, when we hang up, everybody just go do one. Just talk, I don't know, talk about whatever you want. Say, hey, man, I was just listening to Steve Frank, and here's what I learned today. Like, it doesn't matter. You will probably find that you are, after you do it, right, that you are energized and motivated and more creative. Guarantee, actually. Like, that's my challenge to you. Go do a live right now when we hang up. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I mean, if you've never done a live, you can talk about, like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I've never done this. I bet there's nobody watching. I feel really dumb. But you know what? Here's what I have to tell you today. When you are finished with that, you're going to feel energized and more creative and more motivated. I guarantee you. So, like, for me personally, I'm trying to, like, rein it in on Facebook Live. You know what I mean? Like, okay, don't go on forever and ever and ever. Like, this one's deliberately longer because this is really meant to be a class today. I really wanted to see what would happen. Would people show up? Would they watch? Would they stay? Apparently so. There's still 250 people. There's 700 comments. Bonkers, right? Crazy. Now, typically, 10 to 15 minutes, whatever. Consistency is the thing. Here's the most dangerous place you can be, right here in your head. Okay. And this isn't directed to you, Sean. I mean, it's just generally speaking to anyone who's watching this. Once your brain starts going, how long should I do it? What time of day should I do it for? What kind of camera should I use? Should I get the Be Live streaming software? Should I just use it on my phone? What exactly should I say? That's when you blow the whole thing up. If you'll just start doing it every day, you'll start seeing momentum, right? If you take my class, I'll give you a framework so that you're like, I can wake you up at 4 a.m, which would admittedly be weird. I always make this joke when I say that. It's like, could you imagine I'm in your house at 4 a.m? Hey, man, it's me. Yeah, yes, Frank. Sorry, I know this is a little awkward. It's 4 a.m. I'm going to need you to get up and produce content right now. Like, after the initial, holy crap, what are you doing in my house? I'm going to shoot you thing wore off for you. Once I show you how to make content during this class, you're like, all right, let's go. Bing, we're on. Oh, God. Okay. Hey, y'all, I just got up. It's 4 a.m. It's weird dudes in my house. Anyway, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. Like, it's not hard once you get out of your head and you learn the process and the framework to do it, right? Consistency is key. Consistency beats perfection. Quantity of good, valuable content beats aesthetic quality of the same content. And that means it's way smarter to put out a whole lot of consistently good, valuable content than it is to, like, worry about making it look cool, look perfect. I mean, look at me right now. I got like one of my 3 light bulbs up there is blown out, and 2 of the 4 light bulbs overhead are blown out. I have no studio lights. I'm in my house. I'm on my MacBook Pro. I got an external monitor, so it's just showing the thing, That's it. There's no microphone, nothing, right? I'm using this Be Live software to share my screen with you and make the little thing show up on the screen, and that's all. And that thing doesn't cost anything anyway. It's pretty cheap, right? So I like Karma's thing, saying the class is worth 30 grand. Karma is a longtime customer and client. I really appreciate that. By the way, Tim Moore asked, can you get the app for podcast? Yeah, I'm using something called Libsyn, Libsyn. Janky looking website. Great little service, though. Works pretty good. Okay, let's see here. All right. Let's see if anyone's got a Cheryl likes help you get known in a major way. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. This is great from Michael. You must kern before you earn. It just sounds, I don't really know what it means, but it sounds cool. All right, this is a good one. Jason Roberts says, does this same theory apply to selling tangible products? The answer is yes. I mentioned we have an agency. It's called Kern Branding. We grew that agency by using this method, but without the free part, by the way. So when I started doing this in July, it didn't dawn on me to start doing just free posts. So I recorded all these fancy videos and then turned them into ads and spent a crap load of money on advertising, and it worked. Now, I just showed you the numbers for December. Like, it took me this long to be like, I wonder what will happen if I just make free posts and try to sell stuff. And, it's like 100-something grand in sales. I'll take it, right? But in that agency, we grew it to $250,000 a month. We've had clients in all kinds of markets. One's brick and mortar skincare clinic. Another one, to answer the question of like, does this approach work with physical goods? Another one is e-commerce, selling, come on, Frankie, organic gardening stuff, like tomatoes and stuff. You know what I mean? And it works. Like, it's good. It's bringing them both attention. They're getting people into their sales process. We've had orthodontics places. We've had B2B selling like from to super weird little small niches. We've had this stuff. We had clients that were in a custom home building. Like, this approach to me, assuming you have a sales process and something to sell. So assuming at the end of your content, you can tell someone, hey, go do this, whether it's register for this webinar or download this book, or go to this sales page and buy something. Assuming like that stuff is built, I can't see a situation in which this would not be beneficial to you. And so basically what I'm telling you is, if you have something to sell and a means by which to sell it, then yes, you should do this method and you should be in the class. Go to frank+kern.com. Look at that. That was a smooth transition, wasn't it? How about that? It's just right back into the pitch. I got to tell you, pretty good. Okay, let's see here. Hey, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Charlene is saying, when does the price go up? Midnight tonight, if not sooner, depending on what time I'm going to bed. We'll probably be up at midnight. I do have little toddlers, though. Oh, nice. Look, this is Ariel. This is great. This is a fellow. So every week I talk to 2 groups of 5 people. I do coaching for them. And I challenged both of the groups 2 weeks ago. I was like, all right, guys, I want y'all to go into beast mode, start making content every day. And Ariel comes right out of the gate. I'm like, dude, I want you to do 5 webinars. We meet the next week. So a week goes by. He ends up doing 6 of them, murders it. I'm like, good Lord. Okay. So now I've been like kind of competitive. I'm like, I want to out beast mode this guy. So I win for now, but knowing this guy, he's going to go out and do like 10 more, which is good. Right? Which is great. Lisa says, your passion on camera changes lives. I appreciate that. And here's what I'm going to tell you. When you go live on camera, like when that little green light is on your laptop or you're holding up your phone and it says you're live, you cannot help but have more energy. Like, try it. Seriously, try it today. All right? When we're done, just go live and talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't know. Like, just do whatever you can to help people. Okay? Like, just imagine your perfect customer and then give them some advice that could be helpful to them. And you tell me how you feel after you do that. Tell me how you feel, not before. Before, if you've never done it, you're going to be like, oh, geez, this is going to be crazy. During, you're going to be like, huh. After, you're going to feel more creative, more energized, and more motivated. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more people start watching it, because I showed you the engagement stuff. And arguably, the more sales you'll make, because you make an offer every time when you do one of these, right? So it's really, really helpful to everybody, right? It's helpful to your marketplace because you're giving good advice, you're building your brand, you're doing good things, like you're actually out in the world doing good things, making a positive impact on people, and you're promoting your business at the same time. And dudes, I haven't even shown y'all how the ad parts work, right? I'm like, if I go into the ads, it's going to overwhelm them. I'll just show them the first 2 pillars today. Haven't even showed you the other pillar. So what I'm sharing with you today is just like the first part of this. It's like not just Facebook, it's everywhere that you're going to be. It's awesome. So thank you very much, by the way, Shri, I appreciate that. Go to frank+kern.com and get enrolled today. Price goes up by $1,000 American dollars. All right, Miguel, looks like he enrolled. Thanks, homie. Says, I'll see you in class. That is awesome. Okay, Jordan Blackman says, can you say more about how you'll help students with offers? Absolutely. Look, there are 2 ways in which you're going to make offers using this method. The first one is an offer that is wrapped in content. All right. So every day I want you making offers on social media. We're going to do that for free at first. And then, assuming you want to, it is optional. That's why we wait till week 6, but you're probably going to want to start doing it in ads as well. So first type of offer is an offer that is wrapped in content. Okay, so here's what you do. We imagine that we've got your ideal person. Where are we? Okay, there we are, a little delay. All right, so your ideal guy, he's here. All right, he's not getting the results he wants. He's here. He wants to go over here. This hand, dang it. This hand represents him getting the results that he wants. And imagine now that there are like 3 main things he's got to do in order to get those results. Really, your messaging pillars are built around those 3 main things he's got to do. So an offer that is wrapped with content goes like this. All right. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about this big thing you need to do in order to get the results. Here's how to do it. And by the way, if you really want to do it, you should take me up on this offer. Go get my book, register for my web class, whatever it may be. And a lot of times what I like to do, and what I'll show you how to do, is to segue from content to offer multiple times, like I'm doing right now, right? I mean, this was like perfectly done. By the way, you set me up. So, hey, if you want to make an offer, or rather, if you want to learn how to make offers, you should take the class. Go to frank+kern.class.com. So I just segued from content back into offer. So that's offer strategy number 1, which is offers wrapped in content and goodwill. So now we start looking at, okay, how do you create the content? And there's a formula for doing this where you can look at everyday occurrences and the news and current events, and you can tie those down to one of your core messaging pillars, which now allows you to be like, hey, I just read that XYZ, and if you're into tomato gardening, then XYZ really has an effect on tomato gardening. Here's what to do with it. And by the way, if you're really serious about tomato gardening, go buy my tomato gardening secrets. So the other way is you tie in current events or daily life stuff into your offer as well. And then another way is you're just making a straight up offer. And that's a straight up pitch. And there are multiple. There's a tutorial style pitch. There's the straight up pitch. There's a $1 billion VSL framework. I use that word $1 billion, not to say you're going to make $1 billion or anything like that. I have no idea. I gave it that framework because I modeled what Dean Graziosi does, who's a friend of mine, and combined it with my stuff. And Dean's brand has done over $1 billion in sales. So I've been watching his old infomercials, working with Dean, helped him script some of them, and then combine my stuff. And so that's that framework. There's the story-based offer as well. There's the more of the same style offer. There is the problem created by good news offer. There's a ton of them, right? So if I list all of these, they're not going to mean anything to you. But in week number 4, I'm walking you through all of those frameworks on how to pitch. And so once you've got the frameworks, you can just pitch every day, because you're like, oh, what am I going to do today? I'll do a problem created by good news offer. Or, okay, today I'll do a story-based offer using the $1 billion framework. Or today I'll do a tutorial-based offer. Like it's choose. I'm just handing you, here are the tools, right? So you can be doing it constantly. Remember, the more offers equals the more money. So, I mean, in theory, it's worked well for me, right? So what I'm trying to help you do is create this content that wraps around offers and then also create individual offers, which is pretty cool. That was a great question. My main man, Jordan Blackman. I remember seeing you at the KIC event. All right. Gregory says, Frank, if I have the content, will you guys do this for me for 10 grand a month? Probably not. I've got plenty of clients. I don't want to overextend ourselves. So we started that agency in July. It grew like gangbusters up until October. And then I was like, hey, okay, we got a lot of clients. How about we just focus on the ones we got and don't try to get any more? So probably not going to take any more clients for quite some time with that. But I appreciate you wanting me to do it. Look at Brian. I'm not gonna forget. Sweet. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Trying to find something. Chapman says, can we watch a replay of this? Well, I'm going to leave it on the page today. All right. Let's see here. Thank you very much for your kind words, Michael. I'm trying to find some. Oh, good Lord. I got to scroll up. All right. Look at this thing. Okay, this is a great question from Philip Nunez. He says, does this work for service providers like attorneys, CPAs, et cetera, or for products only? Excellent question. So I have clients in professional services, 2 of them in finance, which to me, I lump professional services together. CPAs, attorneys, it's all to me is professional services, because our sales process, ad agencies, same thing, professional services, our sales process is universally going to be the same. You educate your marketplace, and then you put them into a sales process, which is typically fill out a form to make an appointment to either talk with someone in person or on the phone, and then you close them at that point. So the way this methodology works with, let's say, an attorney, let's say you're a divorce lawyer or whatever, you start putting out content of like, hey, if you're a dad, here's how to make sure you don't lose your children, make sure you don't have to give up all your money in a divorce, and you're constantly putting out content. And then at the end of that, you say, hey, listen, if you have questions about this and you need some help, go to, talktome.com or whatever, fill out the little form, and we'll set up a time to have a conversation. Now they're in your sales process, right? So that's how this works for professional services. When we grew the agency, I didn't even do it right when we grew the agency, by the way. I didn't put out videos that made offers. I put out videos that made no offer, and then I retargeted people who watched those videos with offers, not realizing that, shit, I could just be making offers the whole time. I like to overcomplicate things, but that was our same formula. I was like, good content. And hey, by the way, this stuff works. If you want to be an agency client, go and fill out this little thing and we'll talk to you. We're great. Grew it to $250,000 a month between July 11th and October 11th. Not saying you're going to make $250,000 a month. I don't know anything about anybody's business. Obviously, that's not an income claim. I'm just sharing with you, hey, that process worked really well. That's why in week number 1, look at this, guys, perfect timing. That's why week number 1 of the class, our first focus is your sales process. What happens after the click? Like, we can drive anybody to come into any sales process, assuming they're in the developed world. You know what I mean? If you're selling, we had clients that sold custom homes, like not even normal custom homes, like little tiny miniature cabins. And they generated all these leads, and people said, yeah, I'm interested in a custom home. I'm interested in a custom, like crazy, right? Custom homes, dude. The magic though has to start at what happens after the click. Are you going to drive them to a phone call? Are you going to drive them to an opt-in page? Are you going to drive them to a webinar? Like, all of those things are sales processes. And week number 1, we're going to help you figure out what the best sales process is for your offer, right? Doesn't have to be the same one you've always been doing. Okay, let's see here. Tadani says, can this work well for a lead gen agency specializing in dentistry? My assumption would be absolutely, and it's based on 2 things. First thing is it's based on experience. So one of our clients, we still have these guys. This is a great story, by the way. These clients on 2 separate occasions that are our branding agency clients have had to tell us to turn the ads off because they've had too much inbound, which is great. They're like, dude, okay, we can't keep up with everybody. Turn it off for a minute, which is the best thing you ever want to hear from one of your clients. Like, victory. Doesn't happen with every client, but it happened with these dudes. These guys are selling stuff very similar in a very similar market. It's not dentistry. It's a smaller market than dentistry. Okay, so I don't want to give away their business model or whatever. Because for my clients, I respect their confidentiality. There are approximately 153,000 total customers, period, for them to have on planet Earth, right? So they sell to other types of medical professionals, of which there are only 153,000 in existence. So their market's like small, okay? So they're using this to get those folks. Not only is it working, but because that audience is small, they can reach them like crazy for very little money. So now they're like the biggest guys in the marketplace because every one of those 150,000 people are seeing them constantly, right? Because they're putting out content all the time. So now they're just like, dude, we got to turn the ads off for a little while because we literally have more work than we can handle. Great problem to have. So in dentistry, yeah, I don't see any issues. Any business like that, like if you're in a targeted little niche, dude, it's good. It's really, really good. So I like it. I like what I'm hearing here. Okay, back to frank+kern.class.com. Guys, go ahead and get enrolled in this class. This is a good class. You are going to like it. Chad Hanna says, daily lives are tough. All right? No, they're not. How's that for a rebuttal? I'm supposed to be like an active listener and go, I understand how you would think that. And I felt the same way, but dude, it's not. Here, go like this. Pick up phone, talk about stuff, right? That's it. That's all you do. You talk about things that are important to your marketplace. You try to help them, and then you make an offer. It's 15 minutes or so. If you ain't got 15 minutes, I'm not trying to hate on you, man, by the way. It's just like, look, dude, come on. Do you want to grow the business or not? I'm asking you for 15 minutes a day. Not even if you can't do it every day, whatever, every other day. Man, it's raining like a motherfucker. Really? Wow. Raining like crazy here in Southern California right now. I'm asking you for 15 minutes a day, not for me, for yourself. Right? You can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can turn on the cell phone and go live for 15 minutes a day or so. Doesn't have to be 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and talk about stuff. Excuses are going to kill you, man. Not just you, dude. By the way, I'm actually going to take your name off the screen. I don't want it to appear like I'm picking on you because I'm not. I respect what you said. I get it. It seems tough at first, but it's not. It's 15 minutes. We can either focus on, oh, it's hard to do for 15 minutes, or we can be like, all right, I'm going to go live. Damn, okay, let's go. Like yesterday, I was worn out. I went live yesterday. Here's my day. Here's like my past 4 days, right? Day after Christmas, mega drama with teenage daughters, okay? Like they're awesome, love them. Who knew? Teenage daughters can occasionally cause drama within a family. That's about a 48-hour drama experience, all right? Then the night before last, Natalia, she goes to Beverly Hills with her girlfriends, comes home at 2 a.m. I can't sleep because she's not home, so I wait up for her, all right? And then I had a Zoom call at 10:30 yesterday, or at 10 o'clock. So I do a live Zoom call. I teach the same class I'm teaching y'all right now. I just did it on Zoom. All right, so that's fun, very energizing and fun. Then I go take my son to go see the new Spider-Man movie, which was awesome. Get home. By the time I get home, I foolishly drink a lot of Coca-Cola and eat a lot of sugar at the movie theater. Feel terrible. Just felt awful. But I'm like, man, I got to do a live because I'm committed. Every day I'm going to go live, right? So I get on. I'm like, what can I do? So I get on. I'm like, I'm going to do a gear walkthrough. And guess what? I don't have any gear. I use my phone and my laptop. So I literally get on. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a gear walkthrough. And I say, here, you're looking at it. This is my phone. It's this little tripod thingy, which I occasionally use, but rarely. And it's my laptop. And I say, hey, y'all should get to work. Quit worrying about the gear and let's go. Let me show you the stats from that. All right, let's see here. This is how powerful this is doing it with regularity. Okay, what am I trying to find here? Oh, my screen. There we go. All right, so I'm going to add the screen to the broadcast. That is nutso. Okay, and let's see this sucker. No, that's the wrong one. All right, hang on. Oh, did I blow Facebook up? I might have blown it up. Okay, that's me there. That's crazy. That was like Inception. All right, so where are we from yesterday? Just trying to show you the amount of views this thing got. That's not it. Come on. Oh, this is it because by Jeffrey's funny comment. This is great. Come on, man. It's frozen right before I get to the stat. What's wrong with you, Facebook? Don't freeze on me. I'm on camera, man. There we go. Okay. Oh, dude. Now, seriously, Zuckerberg, how dare you provide this free platform that makes us all so much money? Look, so I go live yesterday. Here are the stats from it. I went live last night. Felt horrible. This is where I did my gear walkthrough. I didn't make an offer or anything. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do something because I said I would. 4,600 views. This got me. What did this do yesterday? Again, I didn't pitch anything by design yesterday. I wanted to share with y'all, hey, here's what happens even if I don't pitch anything. I showed you the revenue. I showed you the registrants. All right. But I was able to build a relationship, further a relationship with 4,600 people. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I'd have just wussed out and listened to my little BS excuses about why I can't hold the camera button for 9 minutes and 13 seconds or whatever. So, I ain't buying it, man. Not today. All right. We're in the greatest opportunity ever. You're either going to seize it or you're not. This is irrelevant to whether or not you take my class. If you're not going to seize it, then what are you doing? What's the point? Right? I mean, think about this. Right now, you can broadcast your message to freaking everybody. If you do it today, there's going to be one person on. If you've never done it before, it doesn't matter. I showed you Natalia's numbers, right? She had the same thing. She had 7 days. She grew by 300% just by doing it regularly. Don't get hung up on this. Oh, I got to go live every day. It's going to be so hard. If that's the way you're thinking, really, then just get out of business. Make room for the next guy, right? That's like saying, oh, man, I can't walk on a treadmill for 10 minutes a day. All right, then have a stroke, man. It's your choice. Everybody's got 10 minutes. Everybody got shoes. Everybody got 2 feet. Everybody can walk around the block. Come on, excuses there. That's just more of the same stuff that's been holding everybody back. And I'm not trying to pick on that one dude, by the way. I'm just telling you how it is. I probably just turned a lot of people off and killed some sales, but whatever. It's y'all are listening to me to pander to you. I'm going to tell you how it is. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. And all right, I'm going to roll, man. I'm going to go. Thank you all very much for your kind words. Oh, let's see here. Lisa says, can we make offers? I get great reach, personal, but haven't done offers yet, but plan to. Yes, start making offers immediately. I've got a client that I told you all earlier that I coach people in little small groups. It was a $9,800 program for 8 weeks. So we meet in small groups once a week. It's for 8 weeks. We're on week number 6 coming up. And one of my clients in that, she had an email list, same thing I was telling you about. Email list just dead, right? There were 3,000 active people left on the email list or something really terrible. She was like, all right, what do I do? I said, you need to start making offers every day. So she did. And I just got an email from her. She is now sold out. Excuse me, dang it, hang on, losing my voice. She wrote in today, and it said, hey, look, I have hit capacity for the thing that you told me to make offers for, meaning sold out, right? So she went from like not selling anything to sold out. It's been 5 weeks now, all because she's just making offers. And she was great. She had this magic power that I see very few people have. I was like, hey, go do this. And she went, all right. That was the magic power. So she marks like the third person I know that's ever done that. Person number 1 is Trey Smith. Person number 2 is Brooke Castillo. Person number 3 is this individual. I don't have a permission to use her name, so I won't. Right? And that was her magic power. She goes, all right, hell with it. I mean, seems kind of weird just to go start making offers, but I'll do it, see what happens. And her offer was, she didn't have a fancy website, didn't have a sales letter, didn't have a webinar. Her offer was, hey, if you want to book a conversation with me to talk about this thing, I'll do it with you. And now she's sold out. Her email today was, now what? Those are my favorite 2 words. Now what? All right, that worked real good. Now what do I do? Like, all right, keep that coming. So yeah, Lisa, good idea. Let's make some of those offers every day. Let's make them. You wrap them in content, people aren't going to get mad, right? Like we still have 182 people on here. I've been making an offer every single day. This is December 31st. I've made an offer every day except Christmas and yesterday. All right. Only 2 days of the month. I haven't been on social media making some type of offer. At our peak, I have no idea, but like when I checked it at some point, it's 300 something people watching this in real time live. The reach in the audience grows every single day. Now, if our theory that our brain is going to tell us, right? Our brain is going to be like, hey, man, if you make an offer every day, they're going to be mad at you and they're going to stop paying attention. That's normal to think that way. I would have thought that way. But clearly, that's not how it works because every single time I get more reach, more engagement, more viewers, and every single time I'm still making offers. The trick is to know the framework of how to do it. You wrap your offers in content. You build your content based on your 3 messaging pillars. Those 3 messaging pillars are based on 2 things: who you want, and the answer to this one fundamental question. I'm going to give you the most important question in marketing. Then I'm going to go to Tiffany's to get Natalia a wedding anniversary present. Okay. But here's the most important question in marketing, period. It's a game changer. Here it is. What must I demonstrate to be true in order for them to want to do business with me? That question, the answer to that question dictates the content every single time. There it is. That's the big magic question. So everything you do is based on the answer to that one question. That's where we come up with your messaging pillars. That's where you come up with what to say every day. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then you tie that in with an offer as much as you can. If you don't want to do every day, then don't do every day. Do every other day. It's going to be more than what you're doing now, right? So that's going to be good. Okay, y'all, take my class. You're going to like it. You will save $1,000 if you take it before midnight tonight. I'm coming to you live right now. It's 11:41 a.m. December 31st, our last day of 2019 or 2018, rather, give or take a year. All right. It's been a good year for me. I hope it has for y'all. And I hope you have a great 2019. If I don't see you before then, to everybody who enrolled today, I sure do appreciate it. Everybody who watched today, I really appreciate it. You could have been doing anything. It's New Year's Eve. You spontaneously jumped on with me on this dang near 2-hour live cast, and it's gone on well. And I appreciate all of your kind words. That's really nice of you to say. And with that, it's time to go anniversary present shopping. I've been married 8 years tomorrow. Here's to 28 more. All right. I'll see y'all later.